Hi everybody, Coach Allison, and we are on week 11 for Defy Aging, and I am here to show you that workout. All right, we have 7 exercises for 3 rounds. Everything is going to be 40 seconds on, 30 seconds off. So all 3 rounds are going to be timed the same. All right, let's go over our 7 exercises. First one, lateral step over. So for this one, you'll want a lower box. I mean, you can use a higher box if you feel comfortable with that. But I don't know why I kept this. We're going to start on one side of it. You bring both feet up, both feet down. So the tricky part here, when you step on the box, you need to step wide enough to leave enough room for your other foot. So what I mean by that is if you step here, there's not really room for this other foot. So we're practicing opening up that gate, working those hips. And again, choose whatever height you are comfortable with. If you are ready to step that up something a little higher, you go right ahead. Okay. Let's see. A band anti-rotation. Next one. I have posted today. It's just weird. Band anti-rotation side step is the next one. So I'm going to turn my camera over to the rack because we have the bands attached to the rack. Okay. Oh. Okay, so for band anti-rotation side steps, you have the band and you're facing one direction. So the band is anchored to my left. I'm facing the opposite direction. Place those arms straight out in front of the chest. You want to make sure that they're not too low, they're not too high. Arms are straight. Also that your elbows aren't bent. So arms are straight. Want a little tension on the band in the starting position. We're going to take a controlled step to the side and a controlled step back in. See how I'm bending my knees, taking it nice and slow, not too fast. Trying not to let those arms waver, trying not to bend or twist or tilt your body. That one is harder than it looks. You're going to feel a lot of obliques, some muscles on the side. And the stability is going to be a challenge. You're going to feel some chest and arms. It's a great exercise. That one we'll do 20 seconds. Since it's a 40-second onset, we'll do 20 seconds each direction. So at the 20-second mark, you will spin around and face the other way. Okay, forward, backward, farmer's carry. For this exercise, you will want either 2 dumbbells or 2 kettlebells, the same weight. It's up to you what tool you'd like to use. Many of you are familiar with our farmer's carry. Hold the weights at your side, bring those shoulders down and back, chest is out, so we're checking our posture. We're not slumped forward. Okay, tall, proud chest, weights are at your sides. So farmer's carry is simply going for a little walk forward. Your coach will have a little space designated for this. So when you get to the end of that space, instead of turning around and going forward, we're actually going to go backwards this week. So I finished my forward one, and now I'm going to walk backwards. And then when you get to the starting point again, go forwards. Mine, of course, is very short because I'm just showing you to stay in the frame, but hopefully you have a nice long track, whatever you could use for this. So forward, backward, farmer's carry. Okay, next exercise, a weighted hip bridge. You're on the floor for this. You need a dumbbell. Okay, laying on your back with your knees bent. Most of you know our standard hip bridge like this, using those legs to lift the hips off the floor. Weighted one, have your dumbbell rested on your hips, your low hip, and lift. You're using your hands to keep the weight in place, just because we don't want it to roll down the chest and hit us in our chin, right? So this is our weighted hip bridge, squeezing those hamstrings and glutes at the top. We are going to do a deadlift for the alternative to that exercise. So to keep you off the floor if necessary, we're going to switch this to a deadlift for you. So you have your kettlebell. It's a hip hinge movement. So as you can see, I'm hinging at my hip. My hips are going back. My back stays nice and flat. So your feet are about hip width apart. Soft bend in your knees. Stick those hips back, and the weight is just dead weight coming down. We do deadlifts a lot, so if you've been with us for a while, you're very familiar with deadlifts. Squat, curl, press. 2 dumbbells for this one. Okay, weights are at your side. Standard squat, your feet are hip width apart. You don't want to make sure you're not going too wide with your feet, because then when you come down on your squat, you have to kind of hold the arms out like this, and you don't want to do that. We want to have the weights pretty much just dead weight at the bottom. So make sure your squat isn't too wide. We're going to sink those hips down and back into that squat, sitting in that imaginary chair. When you come up, you're going to do a bicep curl and then an overhead shoulder press. And then bring it all down. So it's a very long movement. So take your time with it. So squat first, up, curl, press. Notice how I'm rotating those palms forward when I go into the press. So that is your squat, curl, press. TRX Flutters. This is a fun one. It's for core and chest and shoulders. I'm going to angle my camera again. Your coaches will have this set up, but we do want them on the longer side for this. Okay. All right. So you're going to kind of let your body come forward. Arms are straight. You want the TRX straps to be just in front of your shoulders. And the farther back you step, the harder this gets. So I'm going to step back just a little, and it's going to make it harder. And we're doing little flutters with the arms. It's hard to see that from the side, I'm sure. So let's say this is from the front. My arms are doing this. Okay, so again, the farther back you step, the harder that movement becomes. To make it a little bit easier, you step farther forward. That is our TRX Flutters. Last one, band, hop over. A little bit of cardio here. Doesn't matter what band you use because you're just using it for a guide. You're just using it to hop over. So it doesn't matter which color, which resistance it is. All right. So now, like I said, using it as a guide. The point here is to train your body to fully pick up your feet. Now, when you're doing hops side to side, that's wonderful for cardio. But this is also the cardio, but it's going to, again, train your body to fully pick up your feet, which is great as we get older to avoid that shuffling. Okay, so you have a band, something to know to not hit to run into. Trying to hop over, take it. If you need to go slower, totally fine. If you feel like you can go faster, great. The goal is taking both feet at the same time. So here's what I'm trying to avoid. Trying to avoid hitting the band. So again, ensuring that your feet are being fully picked up off the floor. And to remove the impact, to remove the hop altogether, still use the band, so you still have to pick up those feet fully. We're going to turn into a fast side step touch. So you're going more for speed on this one. That'll still get the heart rate up. It'll still be some cardio. It will remove the impact. All right, that is all of our exercises. So again, 3 rounds, 40 seconds on, 30 seconds off, and I will see you back next week.